Alright, for this week we are discussing the top 5 Kings and Princes highlights. As always, hope you enjoy the video and leave a like after.
Alright, my honorable mention is King Arthur. You guys are keying so hard. King Arthur. What's your pick, buddy?
My honorable mention is going to be the Crown Prince from Gunfire Reborn.
That's my number 5. My number 5 is Odin himself, and I'm talking about the MCU Odin. I'm talking about the Odin that we see in the Thor movies. I think a lot of times when we see these elder gods, when we see these gods that have been around a long time, we see sort of that fatherly figure, and Odin certainly shows up as that. Someone who's very generous and kind to both of his children. All right, what do you got, buddy?
All right. My number 5 is going to be Prince and now young king of the Ding Dong Dell, Evan Pettywhisker Tilladrum from Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom.
That's a lot of syllables you just said.
That was a lot. I had to look this character's name up because I did not remember his last name or middle name at all.
Yeah.
Evan is the young prince of the Ding Dong Dell, and when you first meet him, the Ding Dong Dell, the kingdom he resides in, is currently about to be in the middle of a coup.
My number 4, again, my bottom row is wish I could be. My top row are leaders that I would likely become. Number 4, from the land of Wakanda, T'Challa. Black Panther himself. I think being the ruler of the kingdom, he's shown, especially in the MCU universe, he's shown that he was smart, he was kind, he was compassionate, caring. He wanted to do the right things. None of the things that I think I would do. Ranger Swamp, I think that I would be the complete opposite of that. All right, what do you got as number 4?
My number 4 is known as Ozzy Brunov Tanto, better known as Zeke Von Genbu, also known as Thunderbolt Zeke, and personally, my favorite, the Zekeinator from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah.
When you first meet Zeke, he seems like a complete idiot who runs at the team trying to claim the Aegis. After fighting him 3 times and seeing how very unlucky he is, Zeke reveals himself to be the prince of the Tanto Kingdom. He says he wanted to see if Rex and the party were worthy of entering the Praetorium, and he was sent there to personally test them.
But my number 3 is from the Shrek movie, Farquaad. Like I said, I would become a bully. I don't like my neighbors. I would force them into a swamp if I had to. That's who I would be. What's your number 3, buddy?
My number 3 is going to be Hien Regin from Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Hien is the heir to the throne of Doma, a land occupied by the imperial land of Garlemald. When Hien was born, the Imperials were essentially already in Doma taking over.
My number 2 pick, you guys get your number 2 picks in, please. It's going to be Julian from Madagascar. I think Julian represents what eventually all famous people become, all kings become. When no one tells you no, you think you're right all the time. When no one tells you no, just like the emperor that has no clothes, You think you are magnificent when you're in fact not. Do I think this is going to happen to me? Abso-fucking-lutely. All right. What do you got, buddy? So we're all done with the number 2 picks. What do you have?
My number 2 is going to be the first king, Kai Keist. By first king, I don't mean he was the first king ever. He was referred to as the first king because in the world of Guilty Gear, there are 3 kings. Kai being the first one appointed of the Illyrian kingdoms, which is essentially the entirety of Europe united to be one nation after the Gear incident.
Ow! We're going to finish it strong. I got fucked on this one because McNuggets threw it in a random one. My number 1 is Prince Akeem from Coming to America and Coming from America 2. I'm specifically thinking of Coming to America 1. Ultimately, reason why I love this character is because this movie is an all-time classic. It's funny, and it speaks to the nature of all humans, where we just want to find true love. Okay, go ahead.
He is known as the Dragon Blood Prince, the bearer of Dragonlight, and the Bondforged Scion. Prince Yuden from Jagiella Lost. A prince who begins his journey making a pact with a dragon known as Midgard Somer. As his journey goes on, he is soon branded a traitor by his own father. And despite all this, he carries on. He builds a kingdom of his own, much like his siblings before him.
And that's it for the video. If you want to see the full discussion, it will be available in the description below. As always, hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.